Hello, I'm Kecia. In this video, we'll focus on the topic of housing as an asset. Housing is an asset with value, or in other words, it's worth something. This value or worth is about the shelter and protection from the elements that it provides, the space it gives to the family to meet and celebrate important events, the access it gives to other amenities and jobs, the opportunity it creates to establish a business, or any combination of these. At the same time, the housing sector itself has a value or worth at a larger scale, creating jobs, contributing towards economic growth, supporting the development of good communities, and helping money flow through the economy. All of these dimensions are important. We can illustrate housing value as 6 points on 2 overlapping triangles. The first triangle refers to the housing unit as a private asset, and the second triangle refers to the housing sector as a national asset. Once we isolate the dimensions in this way, we can measure their performance in particular contexts. And once we understand that, we can consider how to improve the performance of both the unit and the sector, both for the individual household and for the nation as a whole. So first, let's talk about the private asset. Private homes have social, financial, and economic value. The house is a social asset for the people who live there, providing shelter, access to services, protection from the elements. Good housing keeps families safe and secure. When we talk about the right to housing, it is primarily about the right to shelter and the safety and security of a home. This is created by the solid structure in which the household has the rights to live, and from which they can trust that they will not be removed. In many countries in Africa, many people still struggle to access this basic set of housing rights. When titled, the housing unit also provides a municipal address, which formally establishes the occupant's right to be there and locates the unit within a governance jurisdiction. We talk about security of tenure, that is, a household's reasonable expectation that they will not be summarily evicted. This, too, is particularly important in contexts where there have been so many forced removals. Houses also sit in neighborhoods where people connect with each other to lead productive lives, where they find work and where they access community-wide services that impact on their quality of life. Households themselves enhance the performance of their social asset by making home improvements. For example, extending the house to accommodate a growing family, or installing a ceiling so that the interior is not so hot in the summer or cold in the winter. The performance of the social asset can also be enhanced by the city, with investments in the neighborhood, such as improved infrastructure, transportation access, facilities and environments that support long-term health and well-being. Second, the house also has a financial value. Housing is the most valuable asset that most households will ever own. Families often rely on this as a way of holding their collective wealth, which is then passed on as inheritance. With a financial value, it can be traded for money. In exchange for a bank loan, the borrower can give their house as security or collateral. This agreement is called a mortgage. Mortgages are most commonly used as the finance for buying a house. When the buyer's purchase of the house is recorded in the deeds registry, a mortgage bond is registered against that record to indicate that a lender has provided money for the purchase. What this means is that the buyer is offering the title to their home as security against the repayment of the loan. If they're unable to pay the loan, the lender can claim the house back in exchange. In most African economies, the mortgage market is very small, with only a few thousand houses purchased in this way, and only a few lenders offering this product. The reasons for this are many and will be explored in this course, but a central constraint to this has to do with the land titling system. The performance of the house as a financial asset depends on the house having a title deed. We will learn more about the importance of title deeds from Ilana Melzer later in this module. The financial performance of the house also depends on the efficiency of the overall property market and how well the system of filtering works, and we'll look at that later in this module. Finally, a house can also have economic value for private households. As an economic asset, the house can be the base through which the household can earn an income, perhaps running a home-based business or offering rooms for rent. Home-based enterprises diversify land uses in neighborhoods. For example, a small convenience store in a residential neighborhood. This creates more sustainable human settlements. Or a homeowner may rent out part of their home or a separate unit on the property. Cities play an important role in enhancing the performance of the economic asset value of housing. Regulations and zoning interventions can permit home-based businesses, and well-laid-out neighborhoods serviced with good infrastructure can make an area desirable for tenants seeking accommodation for rent. Good rental policy that enables small-scale landlordism can also enhance the performance of housing as an economic asset. And lenders play an important role by providing loans that target business-linked home improvements. All of these concepts are intuitive. We all live somewhere, and this has an impact on our own productive capacity. Think about your own home and how it supports your social, financial, and economic needs. Then think about how it might do this better if you made certain adjustments. That's the challenge we're all trying to solve.